If you're looking for some simple tips for keeping your cool during virtual parent-teacher conferences and setting clear follow-up expectations, then this video is for you. In it, we're gonna go over 4 tips to keep in mind when it comes to keeping your cool, and also 5 best practices when it comes to setting clear follow-up expectations. Be sure to stick until the end because I'll share with you a pilot opportunity that your school can check out to get some additional resources during distance learning. Without further ado though, let's get started. The first tip we can give you when you're trying to keep calm during a parent-teacher conference is to pay attention to your lighting. While this might seem silly on the surface, the lighting in your classroom or in your conference room can have a big impact on your meeting's mood. Try to avoid really harsh, glaring fluorescent lights and try to go for a more soft approach. You can do this by using a soft lamp or only having half of your lights on. You want to aim for something in the middle, and an easy way to make a light less harsh is to simply take a white cloth and put it over a light source. Good lighting can help ease the anxiety of your parents as well as yourself during these conferences. The second tip we can give you is to make sure that you're maintaining a positive attitude and smiling throughout the meeting. Smiles communicate approachability, trustworthiness, as well as friendliness. Obviously, you don't want to overdo it by just smiling throughout the entire conversation, but maintaining a smile and a positive attitude can go a long way at easing both sides. Tip 3 is to make sure that you're referring to student data whenever you're feeling like the conversation is veering into unwanted territories. There's a lot of information to cover in these virtual parent-teacher conferences, so it can be really easy to get off topic. When a conversation starts to get off topic, it can start triggering some anxiety or stress because you know that you have all these other conversation topics that you still have to cover. To help keep these conversations grounded and solutions-oriented, be sure to be using that one-page conference preparation sheet that you prepared for this conversation. This will help ensure that this meeting is going to be centered on the student's success and help you remain relatively stress-free. The fourth pointer we can give you is remember that these parent-teacher conferences are intended as a conversation about how the student is developing, not necessarily failing. It can be really easy to get sucked into what's not going well with the student in class, but you also want to make sure that you're noting and recognizing the progress that the student is making in different areas. It's really important that you're communicating with growth-oriented verbiage here because your parent is going to take exactly what you say most likely and share that with the student after the conference. Communicating your feedback from a growth mindset as opposed to a fixed mindset will go a long way in terms of how parents interpret the feedback that you're giving about their child. Now that we've covered 4 tips to keeping your cool during these parent-teacher conferences, let's do a lightning round in terms of how to set clear follow-up expectations. There are 5 things to keep in mind. The first thing is you want to make sure that you're establishing expectations for student progress. The second thing is make sure you're mapping out a plan for the parent during the conference. Third, give the student at least 2 weeks to demonstrate progress. 4, ask the parent the best way to keep them updated on the student's progress. And 5, schedule a follow-up meeting. By following these 5 steps, you'll be able to set clear follow-up expectations with the parents of your students. If you found these tips helpful today, be sure to check out our free back-to-school resource hub. In it, we provide a ton of tips and tricks covering all sorts of topics like how to build relationships remotely, as well as how to even co-teach in a remote environment. If you found this video helpful, be sure to hit that like button below. By doing so, you'll help more educators find this video. And also feel free to subscribe and hit that notification bell if you haven't already, so that you can get notified when we create more and more of these distance learning videos. That's it for this time though. If you're looking for extra practice questions as well as analytics tools to help measure student progress, be sure to check out Albert's pilot program in the link in the video description below. We offer a month's worth of access to our platform so that you can see for yourself whether or not we can meet your needs. If you found this video helpful, then be sure to check out these other videos that YouTube thinks you might like.